What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Dynasty Wealth Podcast. My name is Jon Keene. I'm the president and CEO of Big John CBD. Also the founder of CBD Dynasty, the most incredible opportunity to have your own CBD company and take part in this incredible industry, really on the planet. So welcome to the podcast. Today we're going to be talking a little bit about mindset. We're going to be talking about perseverance and what it means to have the mental stamina, capacity, and fortitude to get to where you really want to be in life. So, if you're looking for motivation, if you're looking for inspiration, but more than anything, you're just wanting to make a change. You want to do something different. You want to know, how can I get to where I really want to be at in life? Well, then you're in the right place. All right, we're going to go through that together. This podcast really and truly is for my Dynasty Wealth family, but a lot of the topics that we're going to be discussing are going to be things like sales, e-commerce, how to create click funnels and ads, and so many other valuable topics. And so while I am teaching them and training them, and they are using this information to launch themselves to the next level, it's also great content for any entrepreneur out there or anybody that's in sales or marketing. All right, so welcome to the show. I'm glad you're here. All right, come along for the ride. It's only going to get better. Strap in, buckle up, and hang on. It's Dynasty Wealth Podcast with me, Big John. All right, welcome back to the podcast. So today I want to talk to you guys about motivation. I want to talk to you guys about mindset more than anything else. I want to talk to you guys about what it means to dig in, grind out, and not let anything faze you. You see, everybody wants to make it to the top. Everybody wants success, but so few people are able to do this one thing right here. This one thing could change so much about your life, but people don't see that, or people don't get that, or they're not willing. They're just not willing. That's something I'll never understand. They're willing to wish, they're just not willing to work, or they're not willing to implement the necessary steps that are going to be crucial to you getting to success. Let me tell you this right now. Nobody with a poor mindset is successful. I'm sorry, it's just not possible. You cannot be successful. And when we say success, what do we term success as? Well, for me, success means that you get to be happy because you get to wake up and do every day what you want to do. And nobody with a poor mindset can do that, because you will always be allowing outside influences to dictate and navigate your life for you. And that's no good. That's just no good. You're not going to get where you want to be at in doing that. So what is a good mindset? What does it mean to have sound mindset, positive mindset? What that means is that it doesn't matter what happens to me throughout the day. It doesn't really matter what the circumstances around me are. It doesn't really matter if I get good news or bad news. At the end of the day, I'm in control of my happiness. I'm in control of whether or not I'm choosing to be happy and to continue to execute on my current mission. You see, life happens to everybody. So that's why mindset is so crucial, because just because you own a company, or just because you're successful, or just because you are hitting in the area that you want to be hitting at, right? That doesn't mean that life doesn't happen. It doesn't mean that bad news doesn't come in. It doesn't mean that things happen that aren't good that you've got to deal with. So having the ability to maintain clear head and good judgment no matter what's going on around you is a very, very valuable trait. Very valuable trait. On top of the fact that really and truly you cannot get where you want to be at in life, all right, without controlling who you are. We'll talk more about that in a second. All right, so welcome back to Dynasty Wealth Podcast. We're talking about mindset. We're talking about allowing other people to influence what we're doing. To me, it's very incredible the amount of people that struggle with this one. We all know growing up, right? Everybody's come through school. We've seen bullies. We've been bullied, or we bullied somebody, or whatever the case is. And we all know that people that do that have insecurity. People that tell you that you can't win at life, they're insecure. It is what it is. And so they're going to tell you you can't achieve what it is that you want to achieve. They're going to tell you that you can't do the things in life that you want to do. They're going to tell you that what you want to do is impossible. Very few people make it. Is come back to the real world, get a real job. Yada yada, man. And so if you have a weak mindset, then that negativity is going to start to eat at you. I tell people all the time, whenever you're starting out with mindset, whenever you're starting on a new adventure, all right, don't tell $1 million ideas to $10 an hour people. What do I mean by that? Don't sit around and tell your fabulous, awesome idea, and that's what it is. Don't tell that to somebody that you know always puts your ideas down. Big steps move in silence. All right, you don't. People had no clue what I was working on when I was working on it. I was able to throw everyone off the scent. I mean, nobody even had an idea of what I had going on, and the reason for that is because I cared about it. And when you care about something, you got to protect it. And if you care about your vision, you got to protect it. That's your baby. You wouldn't just let anybody hold your kid. You can't let anybody hold your dreams either. You got to be the one to hold them. You got to be the one to go out and chase after them. And you can't let other people stick their hands in that. And so when you're first starting out about mindset, I use this analogy. If you were standing in a chair and you had to pull a friend up into that chair, or that friend had to pull you down out of the chair, which one's going to be easier? Of course, it's going to be much easier for that friend to pull you down back out of the chair. Well, the same thing is said with your mindset. The people you surround yourself with are going to have an instrumental role in how successful you become. They're going to have an instrumental role in whether or not you have good mindset or whether or not you have bad mindset. They're going to have an instrumental role in whether or not you make it to the top or whether or not you don't make it to the top. So when you put people around you that are pulling you down, and believe you me, listen, if you're not looking up to them, if these are not people that you're saying that's where I want to be at in my life, that's what I aspire, then you don't need to be listening to them and taking advice from them anyway. I'll tell you this right now. The day that I stopped listening to my uncle, the day that I stopped listening to my dad, the day that I stopped listening to my mom, the day that I stopped listening to my friends, the day that I stopped listening to my coworkers and management and teachers and everyone else is the day that I launched my life. It's the day that I was really born. When they say born again, that's the day when you free yourself from influence from everyone and you do what you love every single day. That's the day that you finally become free. And so the day that I quit doing that, then that's the day that I started seeing change. But as long as I kept listening to people that didn't have what I wanted, I was never going to get what I wanted. You see, they didn't have what I wanted. And just because somebody makes decent money or $100,000 a year or $200,000 a year, that doesn't mean they got what you want. Listen, when we talk dynasty wealth, what number are you thinking in your head you want to hit to be wealthy? Because I'll blow your mind. Is it $1 million? Is it $1 million? Because if you made $1 million, you'd spend it in 27 years if you just spent $4,000 a month. You'd be broke. What's your number? What's your number? How dynasty are you thinking? Your first goal should be no less than $5 million. That period. That's your first goal. First step, I need to hit $5 million. That's my first goal. That's what I need to hit. Second goal, you go up. Third goal, you go up. That's what we're talking about when we say dynasty wealth. We're not talking about a little bit of money. We're talking about a large amount of money. We're talking about the ability to have complete freedom from bills, companies, organizations, politics, everything. Complete freedom. You can go where you want to go when you want to go. That's what it's about. That's what dynasty wealth is about. But you can't get there with somebody that's trying to make $100,000 a year. You can't get there with somebody that thinks that $200,000 a year is amazing, or that $200,000 in general is amazing. It's pennies. It's pennies. You got to change your mindset. If you want more, you got to think differently. You got to think differently. People that are worried about the bills coming in and the rent coming in, guess what keeps coming in? The bills and the rent. People that are focused on production and making money and earning and living like they want to live, guess what keeps coming in? Production and earnings and living like you want to live. See, that's the ticket. That's the ticket to the whole dance. That's the ticket to the whole equation. That is how you attain true wealth. That's how you really get to the top. So when you're dealing with this, when you're going through your daily life, and that person comes up to you and says something negative, or somebody tells you your idea is stupid or you shouldn't do it, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Are you going to let somebody that's not paying your bills impact your life, impact your direction, and impact your success? Are you going to stand up and say, you know what? Nobody else can tote this load but me. This is my load to carry. Listen, I appreciate the support, if that's what you want to call it, or the hate, or the love, or whatever it is that you've got going on. But I've got to go do me right now. I've got a vision right now. I've got a dream right now. And I need to focus on how I'm going to get to the top. I need to focus how I'm going to get to the next level. You're where you want to be at, that's great. You're satisfied with where you want to be at, that's great. I'm happy for you. But now you need to take your advice and go give it to somebody that's looking for what you've got, because what I want, you don't have. And no disrespect, I still love you, but I'm chasing my dream. I'm chasing what I want. I'm chasing the things that are important to me and make me happy. And unfortunately, that's not what you have. So I can't listen to you anymore. If you're not going to be the wind to my sail and you're going to be the anchor to my boat, well, then I've got to cut you loose. I'm sorry. But when I get to the top, and I get finished, I'll be glad to turn around and look back for you and see where you're at. And I understand if you can't go on this trip when I get to the top. When I get where I want to be at, and I go spend 3 weeks somewhere and you can't go because you have to work, I understand. But you're living your dream. Let them be right. You go be rich, man. Don't let anybody affect your mindset. Listen, positivity is the key. Positivity is the key. How positive are you? Are you a glass half empty person? Are you a glass half full person? Either one of them is not good enough. You need to just be thankful to have a glass. That is the ticket. That is the key. That is what Dynasty Wealth, Dynasty Life, and Big John are all about. I want to thank you guys for listening to the Dynasty Wealth podcast today. I hope that it made an impact in your life. I hope that it touched you in some way. I hope that and I pray that you chase what makes you happy, that you stop looking for somebody else's approval. Chase your own approval. Be happy with the choices you make. Listen to your heart. Follow your dreams. If you want to know more about me and my company, you can go to BigJohnCBD.com. If you want to check out Dynasty and how myself and Team Dynasty can help launch you into the next level, how we can help give you time freedom, money freedom, life freedom. If you want to know that, if you want change, we want to be the one to help you. You can access all of our content. You can find out more about everything we can do for you at BigJohnCBD.com and CBD-Dynasty.com. Everybody have a great day. I love you. If nobody's told you that today, I love you. I think you're amazing. I think you're incredible. God's got such special things planned for you in your life. But you've got to chase the dream. You've got to put in the work. You've got to pick up your cross and take off running. Take off running and don't stop until you're sitting exactly where you want to be. I love you. God bless you. Have a great day.